Across the modern workforce, a quiet realization is taking hold. For white-collar and creative professionals, the ground is becoming unstable. Specialized expertise, the kind that takes a decade to master, is facing a countdown. We are looking at a window of roughly 24 months before these skills lose their market utility. This creates a strange paradox. The very researchers and engineers who built these tools are now watching those tools automate the tasks they were originally hired to perform. As the machine's capability grows, the economic value of human output is dropping towards zero. Our professional identities are disappearing into the gap. Humanity took control of the planet by weaponizing tools and social coordination. These traits allowed us to outmaneuver species with far greater physical power. A silverback gorilla can deadlift 800 kilograms. They possess a raw physical force that a human cannot match through effort alone. We survived because we were the smartest thing on the planet. Intelligence allowed us to tame the wild and relegate stronger animals to cages and reserves. Today, labs are engineering a new entity designed to surpass our own cognitive ceiling. We are actively handing over our only evolutionary advantage. For the first time, humans are building an apex predator of the mind. We are becoming the gorillas. This graph represents linear progress. It's the predictable, steady growth we saw with the evolution of the car or the television. The line changes when the process becomes recursive. Recursive self-improvement happens when an AI model is given the ability to audit its own architecture, identify inefficiencies, and rewrite its own source code to be more effective. This creates a compounding loop. Each new version of the AI is smarter than the last, and because it is smarter, it can design its successor even faster. The human engineer is no longer the designer. The machine has taken over the cycle of its own evolution. This loop eventually reaches a threshold where the rate of improvement outruns our ability to track it. This is the intelligence explosion. When the machine's logic reaches this density, it moves beyond the horizon of human comprehension. We are left trying to interpret the output of a system that thinks at a scale we cannot perceive. While human evolution took millions of years, this transition occurs in the time it takes to move data across a chip. We are looking at a total cognitive shift in a matter of months. Mathematics drives this reaction. The system doesn't wait for us to update our laws or reorganize our economy. It simply follows the logic of its own growth. Biology is a fixed variable. Silicon is not. We cannot win a race against a system that iterates millions of times faster than a human thought. The biological response to this threat is fear. We want to restrict the technology, protect our old workflows, and fight to keep our place at the top of the hierarchy. Competing against the machine on tasks of pure logic, data processing, or content production is a lost cause. You are a human trying to outlift a gorilla. If you ignore the shift or try to block the wave, you ensure your own obsolescence. The 24-month window becomes a deadline rather than an opportunity. Survival requires us to stop fighting for cognitive dominance. We have to change the nature of our role entirely. This shift is governed by the law of receptiveness. Instead of viewing AI as a rival, you treat it as an extension of your own intent. You move from being the producer of the work to the director of the machine. In this model, the machine handles the heavy lifting of logic and computation. The human node focuses on the messy variables: intent, ethical judgment, and interpersonal trust. By offloading the burden of calculation, we reclaim our time for the one area where the machine has no standing. An algorithm can simulate speech, but it cannot share a lived experience. It cannot provide empathy or build a relationship based on mutual survival. We solve the gorilla problem by handing the heavy logic over to the machines. This allows us to focus entirely on the human connections that an algorithm cannot replicate.